This is a lecture from Open Tuition. For the free slides that go with this podcast, please visit opentuition.com.
We now come to look at the importance of information technology and business. First, we need to decide what is meant by the term information. And the most normal definition is that information is data with meaning. Data is a raw fact of figures, but generally of itself it isn't very meaningful. For example, a list of all outstanding invoices in value order is not very useful to a credit controller. That data only becomes useful if first of all it is sorted by customer, and then perhaps sorted and presented by the age of the invoice. Then it has become meaningful. The user can interpret it and do something with it. And one of the important considerations from an information processing system is that it does present the information in a way or in ways which are useful to the various users of that information. What are the characteristics of good information? And here the word accurate can be used. High quality information should be accurate. That doesn't necessarily mean accurate to the very last cent. It means accurate enough for the purposes for which it's going to be used. And for example, the board of directors may be perfectly happy with accounts rounded to the nearest thousand or even the nearest $1 million. The information should be complete. It should include everything that needs to be included to make proper decisions. It should be cost beneficial. There's no point in gaining information at a huge cost if the benefits derived from that, whether financial or otherwise, are minimal. We're not in the business of information for information's sake. We either want to make more profit or to run an organization more efficiently. It should be user-targeted. The information should be presented in a way which is useful to the user. For example, senior managers may want summaries. Account staff needs much more detailed information. It should be relevant. You shouldn't supply people with more information than they need. Otherwise, of course, they may overlook the important information. It should be authoritative. The source of the information should be one which can be relied upon. Those of you who have used the internet should be well aware of this. You put a term into a search engine, all sorts of material comes out. Some of it is from authoritative sources, others from amateurs, others from charlatans. It should be timely. The information should be supplied quickly enough to help you make a better decision. Some information has to be provided very quickly, within seconds or even fractions of a second in some industrial processes. For other purposes, you might easily be able to wait for a week or even 2 weeks before the information is required to enable you to make a decision on time. Finally, the information should be easy to use. It should be well presented, well documented. And for example, easy to use might mean that it's more beneficial to see information in the form of graphs than in the form of tables. This slide is simply here to remind you of the enormous role that information technology has on the way we work now. For example, the availability of information and communications. Just think of the sort of information and communication that is easily obtained over the internet, whether by looking up information, or whether nowadays by making telephone calls over the internet through technologies such as Skype. Email can also be included under new communication channels. Office automation. The enormous labor saving that can be obtained from a simple spreadsheet, from being able to look up a database, from being able to enter an order, and for that to initiate the dispatch and the invoicing of goods without further human involvement. And a final example relates to home working. Good communication links can allow many people to work from home at least some days of the week, or if not at home, at least from locations away from the main office. For example, sales personnel can communicate with their head office at the end of the day and transmit new orders, make inquiries, and so on.